I've got my cuppa now, another cuppa, so I'm happy. You can see the baby behind me. You're falling asleep. She follows me everywhere, from room to room to room, although she's not quite as clingy, is the word, unsure of herself, as she once was. She's not. She's a lot better because she's feeling insecure, I suppose. Is that more central? I think so. So, you know, on from the last video about Foodie Beauty, have you noticed that Peetz has not, to my knowledge anyway, had any real rages since she's been in Kuwait? I mean, he's had his moments, but I don't think he's had any real rages like he used to have. Do you remember when he actually doxed himself, showing something, was it to do with his phone? And he doxed himself, doxed his phone number, etc., and went absolutely berserk about that. And anybody could, anything could just start him off. I remember somebody asking him what per capita meant, and there was a real rage. But since he's been away from Foodie, he's been a lot calmer. His numbers have dwindled because of it, because everybody likes a drama, I guess. So his numbers have dwindled, but I understand that he used to get some sort of benefit anyway, I don't know. But now he's working, and the little he gets from YouTube, I suppose, you know, is a tiny bonus. They don't give much unless your views are right up there. And that's the point with Foodie. She needs her viewers. She needs to not antagonise them like she's doing at the moment. She has put, like, for a live stream starting at something like 11 o'clock last night, 11:30, and there's people waiting. There's been people waiting for that. There was about 7 earlier, and now look, there's about 3 saying, where is she? So she's put this as a premiere or a live stream or whatever it is, hasn't turned up. Foodie, this is your job. Don't fall into the habit like you did when you were working properly and just not turn up while you're doing your job, of course. That's another thing. You didn't do your work responsibly where you were. You were fired twice, at least. And you sued one employer because you said they were fatphobic. You know, fatphobic is the new, well, runs alongside, doesn't it? You're a racist, you're a fattist, you're fatphobic. It's like that one, can't recall her name at the moment, I did a video on her, where she is getting up a petition, and or she did, etc., to make the airlines provide bigger seats for people who are enormous. How about that will increase the fare for ordinary people, for people like me, or thin people? They would have to pay to subsidise the likes of you because you're a glutton. Is that fair? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. Foodie's flight back, all she did was moan and complain about everything, from the seating to the movie to the food to the man next to her who spilt his wine on her. Well, I don't personally believe that only one seat was bought, because she's not going to fit into one seat. No, she isn't. Unless the middle seat is empty and the armrest is up. She's not going to fit into one seat. She must have had two at her disposal. She's got to have had. And she would have sat a little way away from the corner and be quite close to where that person was who was sitting next to her, the unfortunate person. So if he spilt his wine on you, Foodie, it's because you were encroaching into his space. That's why. You're all dressed in black anyway. Who would notice? And if the wine was particularly flavourful and scented, then you might have smelt a little bit sweeter, you know. How do people, when they reach £450, how do they clean themselves? When she was a lot thinner, Chantal used to say that she got in the shower and never washed below her fupa. Well, she did. She washed the private parts, but never washed below that. She just let the water run down. So what must her toes look like between her toes? Sorry, everybody. What must her feet look like? Her legs with rivulets of dirt flowing down them. I know that Amberlynn Reid had help with her bathing, her personal hygiene. Becky has stated it. And the other one who was with her, what was her name? Feline. Amberlynn says they're in a relationship. The relationship is that of the person who needs to be cared for and their carer, their personal carer, their very personal carer and dresser. You know, the sort that royals have, like a groom of the stool who wipes the backside of the monarch and sees to all the personal stuff. And gets a lot of favours and is very well paid for doing so. I don't think I don't know whether they still have a groom of the stool. I've got no idea. But certainly Amberlynn does. And Life by Jen actually did. She had the hospital. She had Jean first. She had the hospital. She had the nursing home. And then she had Jean again. Jean, who would go out shopping and still bring back loads of cheese. If you watch the video, I'll find a link and put it in my description. If you watch the video of one of his shopping hauls, and the woman needed not to be eating that sort of stuff, really. And what is it about cheese with them all? Jen actually got clogged up because of it. How much must they eat? Slab size. Food abuse used to get a big piece, put it on a plate and microwave it and eat it. eat the liquid. Can you think of anything much more disgusting than that to eat? Oh, given that I'm not particularly a cheese person myself, but I like applewood cheese occasionally, but that's it. You know, these people, these women, know nothing of moderation. They know nothing. And they don't want to know. They don't want to know. Just as Chantal has blocked me from commenting, so Amber Lynn blocked me from commenting, Jen blocked me from commenting, and you know, my comments were not rude, they were not obnoxious, but they were truthful. And I guess truth, they feel, is something that they can't handle. They don't want to know. They're happy to carry on willy-nilly until their final breath, which may well be on camera. Catch you later.